everybody, and welcome here in STB, where tonight it is the Belgian Grand Prix here for Tier 1, and we have only 11 people, but nevertheless, Belgium is a track, Spa is a track that never disappoints, no matter how many people are on this circuit, and we are sure to get some great action-packed content here tonight, just like we do with any other Tier 1 race. To run you through the order so far, Boas is still P1 in the championship after that dramatic end to the French Grand Prix last week. He sits on his throne on top of the leaderboard by 29 points, Attila being behind. Semike is in third place with 31 points behind him, and Placky in fourth with 44 points behind him. And going into this Belgian Grand Prix, it's going to be very difficult for Semike to actually close down that gap over to Boas. We're going to have only 25 seconds to the start of the Belgian Grand Prix here in Spa. I cannot wait for this action-packed content. I believe that Boas got pole as well, so that's going to add to the difficultness that Semike will have in trying to actually close that gap down of only 30 or so points to Boas up top. And I was speaking to Maui before this race, by the way, and he was talking about how Boas is actually really consistent, and which has played a massive factor to him succeeding this season. Have you got anything to add going into this Belgian Grand Prix, Melody, except for the attendance?
Sorry, Pistol, hello, I was just sorting something out. Limburger, for some reason, thought that the race was cancelled, so he hasn't got a setup on for this race. That's not my problem, unfortunately. But we're here, Pistol, yeah, for Spa-Francorchamps, as there is an Aston Martin spam. That's great stuff. Lovely. But yes, yes, Pistol, we've only got 11 here tonight. Not the best. Could have been a lot worse. It's coming up to the end of the game now, Pistol, so it is understandable. Hopefully it'll be sorted for next week's Italian Grand Prix. Yes, as he said, Pistol, we are here in Spa. I think it's going to be a good race. I'm not really expecting much action tonight, because there is only, you know, everyone's going to be scoring points in this lobby tonight, apart from Hagman, who is out the session, unfortunately. But yeah, Pistol, Belgium is the longest track on the calendar. It offers some great overtaking opportunities, some of the most iconic corners on the calendar. I think if people want to be really be seeing action, they want to be looking at tier 2 and 3 in terms of action on the track. I think tonight, again, Pistol is going to be that strategic sort of race. You spoke about Pistol Sem as well. He needs to beat Boas here tonight. Gap, I believe, is 31 points. So if he can win Belgium and Monza, it'll put him in a good position for challenging for the championship. Lindbergh has been disqualified, so he's had an absolutely shocking time of things here in Spa. But yes, Pistol, what can we expect then? Who do you think is going to win this race? Is it going to be Sem or Boas, or is someone else going to spring up a surprise?
Well, it's hard to predict any race here in STB, no matter what tier, due to how dramatic and unpredictable things can happen here on track. But if I would go off of what footprints I've seen of the previous tracks we've done this season, I would have to put my money on Boas for winning this Grand Prix. Often when he gets P1 going into a Grand Prix, he never disappoints and usually earns himself those critical and vital 25 points on the board.
I'm really annoyed.
I think because you've got text to speech, you're
Oh dear.
I think everybody heard that.
Oh dear. Oh no, I am annoyed though, Pistol. Oh, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I forgot I had the text to speech. Yeah, I think what will make it better is, to be honest, what will make me happier is if Sem can win this, because it will get him, you know, some points over Boas. But yeah, we will find out. Pistol. Let's see then who is going to win, who's going to be victorious here in Spa. Over to you.
Five red lights. Green light, go, and instantly off the start, Ali Ferrari gets a drive-through penalty. The Hascar of Crook getting very close to the Red Bull, and he's off track. There's contact going into the first turn, and now Semike's gone wide as well as also the Hascar of Crook, who also got kind of turned onto the grass there. Goes wide into that first turn. Matthew moves up a position. He's now very close to SK going into the Canal straight, and he can just breeze past him. That Camel Straight is so critical when you have the ERS, and it looks like Joey, I apologise, also getting an overtake on Adam Hunlol. And you can just see that drive-through penalty there for Ali Farai does not sit right with that AlphaTauri, and you can just see he's ghosting right now. Gets the overtake on Adam Hunlol. Now it's Semi-K's turn. Down the inside he goes into the right-hander.
The Aston Martin's off the track as well. He's made a mistake there. He's off the track. He's fucked up.
Yeah.
He's down to P11 now.
And oh look! Maffio also turning round. And he's also now back in the pack. And it seems like it's a 2-second gap from Boas to Ali Ferrari. What a start that is for Boas inside of the Spa Grand Prix. And for Semi-K, a horrific start. Goes wide into that first turn after having contact with a Haas car. I do believe that personally that was his fault. But we'll have to see what the stewards say about that if it is to be reported. What's your takes on that start so far from any driver on the grid, Maldi?
I don't know what happened with Maffio. Was there a collision or something that happened? I'm not sure.
Well, there's collision here though. Semi-K and SK making contact in that really fast and swift left-hander going into it. Could have been very dangerous. You can see just up ahead. Maybe a switch back here for... Oh, no. Ali Ferrari's going into the pit lane due to that drive-through penalty. This pushes Semi-K up into P4 of the Grand Prix. Like I said...
Yeah, so now he's going to have to try and... Now Pistol is going to have to try and get past the Alfa Romeo now, because he needs to beat Boas in this race. I don't know what happened at turn 1. There might have been some issues in terms of getting pushed off the track or something. But SK's had to go across the corner there, and now Sam's going to be in the slipstream down the Camel Straight. This is crucial for the World Championship battle, and he gets the move done. He's up now to P3, and it looks like the drivers are just following each other. Pistol until the DRS.
Well, that's exactly why the Camel Straight is just so crucial. You get any bit of slipstream going onto that straight, you're going to get an overtake. It's pretty much a done deal. Sign the contract, you're passed, and you're into P3. So Semi-K into the podium spots. Did start P2, so of course he's going to try and get that P2 back. He's now eyeing up Joey, who sits P2 comfortably in P2 right now. But Semi-K, he's going to be eyeing him. He's going to get that DRS going onto the Camel Straight soon. Also going down into turn 1. Usually you don't see drivers making moves down into turn 1 because they can just save up their ERS and go for the big overtake into the Camel Straight, which is so easy to overtake from due to that elevation change. But so far, so good for Boas. He's had an absolute fantastic start to this Grand Prix so far with all the collisions in P2, P3 and so forth. He's built himself a comfortable and really nice 2.6 second gap right off the start here of the Spa Grand Prix. And as Semi-K now, we're going to go on board with him as he's going to look to get an overtake here on Joey. Won't have the DRS just yet, but he will now. He gets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far, finally having that clean air. DRS is now enabled. Do you think he'll get the overtake going into the Camel Straight, Melody?
We're going to find out. He's going to have the slipstream, and he's going to have the DRS.
Which is so key. I mean, he might use his ERS, which is also very key down the Camel Straight. He used a tiny bit going into it. He's got his DRS now. Is he going to make a move going into Lecom?
And we've got Ben, the guy in 6th. I think it's Huseman, his name. He's up to P6 now. He's overtaken Adam Hunlo. Limburger is limbering on at the back there, and I think Ali Ferrari has given up in this Grand Prix. Unfortunately, he's ghosting at the moment.
No, he was ghosting at the start. But Adam Hunlo is getting a little bit closer to Husman, and Semi-K gets a crucial 3-second time penalty, and that really hurts his chances of getting those vital 25 points on the board. And now the chances of just closing that gap down, potentially getting... I don't know why Ali Ferrari's joined the play. I should have put that on him.
I don't know why. Yeah,
don't know why he's there. Sorry.
I think I accidentally invited him to the play. I don't know if he's lagged out or not, so I just invited him to the game. I don't know if... Carry on, Pistol. I'll just tell him that he's ghosting at the moment.
Yeah. So you could just see Semi-K there. Getting that 3-second time penalty really hurts his chances. Maybe he'll cause... Yeah, man, the only way I see Semi-K well, not losing, but actually getting the 25 points on the board now is if Boas just spins, crashes, DNFs. The only way where I see it going. And Joey as well. I mean, right now he's, what, P6 in the Grand Prix due to that 3-second time penalty. It's just so closely bunched up. But going into the camera straight on
sorry, Pistol, he needs to get this move done now, to be honest. Sem needs to be on his way now in this Belgian Grand Prix.
Can he do just that? Going with his DRS wide open. Use a little bit of ERS down that straight, and he's pulled alongside with the Alpine going into the com. Are they going to go side by side? No, the Alpine has to pull out of it, and Semi-K gets the overtake into P2. Right. And that 3-second time penalty, though, really hurting his chances of potentially winning this Grand Prix tonight.
Right, let's see then, Pistol. Let's see if he's going to really, sort himself out. He's now in clean air, so he's going to have that clean air now on the back of Boas. There were similar pace in qualifying, Pistol, but, you know, that was qualifying. You know, I think a race, Sem might edge it here in terms of pace. So as it stands at the moment, Pistol, Boas is leading the race by 2.9 seconds. He's probably loving this right now. Even though it is a small lobby, he's probably loving this, and he's probably thinking, yes, let's go. You know, get some good points over everyone. Sem is second. He's really pushing on. Purple in the second sector, and I think, Pistol, that he's running higher wings than Boas, because he's able to catch in that final sector by quite a bit.
And Matthew making an overtake here on Hagman, but of course Hagman not being in the lobby, a very easy overtake to pull off. Adam Hunlow is going to get close here to Hoosman. He's going to go into that first turn. Hoosman not going to have the DRS going into turn 1. That's going to be the same story with Crooken and SK though, but also the exact same with Joey and Semi-K, which is the fight I'm most interested in watching in right now. But if there is any battle commencing behind and nothing between Joey and Semi-K, we will flick over to that. 3-second time penalty for Hoosman going into Eau Rouge. Doesn't look like Joey will catch up, so we turn our attention to Crooken.
And Crooken's in the slipstream of SK, pulls to the inside line.
Yep, and gets the overtake done and dusted. That's DRS, ERS used down the camel straight. So simple to try to get the overtake done and dusted. Looks like Adam Hunlow didn't get the overtake down the camel straight, just like Crooken did. He's up into P4 now. This is the Mathieu Limburger with a 3-second time penalty. His day goes from bad to worse, as SK is still looking to go for the re-overtake on Crooken. But he has to wait just a few more laps, a few more turns, before he can actually look for that said overtake. But, I mean, the thing is with Belgium and Spa, is that you can't really pull away from the guy behind you unless you can just build up a 1-second gap in Sector 2, Sector 3. Is that camel straight that really, really hurts. The driver ahead and the driver behind gets all the freedom in the world of just that slipstream, which is so key down that straight. So you can't necessarily just pull away easily. But Semi-K has managed to do it there for Joey. Joey's looking to bring that under 1 second now. It's just a little battle there for the DRS between the two of them. Looks like Joey prevails in this one as they go into the bus stop chicane. But yes, that DRS, ERS, slipstream is so vital going into the Camel Straight, and it really sums up not really a person's race, but really, you know, gives them that crucial overtake that they might not have gotten if the Camel Straight wasn't even there in the first place. I think it's due to the elevation change, actually, from Eau Rouge going down. Anyways, I'm rambling on. I should be talking about SK here, as he's getting very close to Crook and Maldi.
Yeah, could he get the move back on the Haas? I think the drivers will still enjoy this race, Pistol, even though they haven't got many drivers, because Spa is a very, in my opinion, it's a fun track to drive. You know, there are opportunities to catch up. As you can see, Sem now got the gap down to 2.2, and he's pushing hard, Pistol. Sorry, Sem is pushing hard here in Belgium, really pushing that Red Bull to the limits.
The thing is, though, between Boas and Semi-K is that their ERS isn't totally different. It's not like Semi-K's burnt out all of his ERS and Boas is just sitting there with 70%. It's quite equal, 32 and 25. Yes, whilst it's not level, it's still a gap between the two ERS managements where it doesn't have a great deal of effect. So, if you're looking at Also, the amount of time that Simic has actually brung down so far in this Grand Prix. Hartzman with another 3-second time penalty. Also, Ali Ferrari making a mistake there into Sector 2. Really technical Sector 2, that is. But what was going on was the pace that Simic actually has around this track could actually not be down to his ERS, but rather to his actual pace in of itself. We see a lot of drivers just manage their ERS real good, like a certain someone in this party, and then just get an easy... just get an easy victory.
That's made me feel better about myself.
Or an easy overtake due to their good ERS management. Semico, it's not quite the same. He can afford to lose some ERS because he backs that up with his pace. Seems like Jeremy might not have that crucial DRS, by the way, going into the Camel Straight, but SK I don't know. Jeremy, does he have that DRS? I think he does. He does. He also caught up 3/10, by the way, going
51%. He was above 50% in the ERS as well. He's got a lot more ERS to play with as SK on the back of the horse.
Yes, indeed he has. So surely an overtake is inbound for the Alfa Romeo, as he'll quickly look to breathe.
It's a good little battle, that. Good little battle. Then you got Adam Hunnell behind Hoosman. So we've still got some decent battles on the grid. Pistol. We got Maffio catching up to Limburger. And Limburger, of course, doesn't have a setup, so he's going to be really slow in the technical parts of the track.
Indeed. Boa's right now extending that gap by, well, not 7 points. Actually taking into account that 3-second time penalty for Semi-K, that would amount to 10 points. So that means 41 points going into next week.
There's a spin in the... That's Maffio again, yeah. Maffio's having a really quiet race today. He hasn't been feeling very well this weekend, Matt. Pistol, keep calling him Matt. Hasn't been feeling very well, Pistol, as Matt. So, yeah, but I really do appreciate that he's been able to still make it tonight and try his best to do so.
We salute you, Maffio. As Adam Hunnell gets increasingly closer to Hoosman. Granted, that's 6-second time penalty.
Something to also say is that obviously we are coming to the end of the game now, as Hoosman is in the pit lane. Very early pit stop for the Aston Martin. But yeah, Pistol, obviously we are coming to the end of the game cycle now. So, you know, the lobbies are going to be significantly smaller. But yeah, next week, there's a yellow... Oh, that's Maffio. He's crashed. And for some reason, Human has retired from the session.
And that's
safety car is out. Safety car is out. I think Maffio is coming for the pit. They're coming for the pit lane, Pistol. And he has fucked his... well, I don't know.
Well, I think he just waited on the wall. Hoosman
he went in the pit wall,
retiring.
Yeah.
So Maffio, I think, just stayed on that wall. Maybe he was just getting mad and didn't realise he was staying on that wall. This also kind of is quite detrimental, actually, to Semi-K's race. Whilst, granted, he finally doesn't need to worry about closing that gap down to Boas anymore. Still, he's got that 3-second time penalty.
Boas has no penalties. Boas got no penalties right now.
He's got no
warnings, sorry.
Yeah. So, he's had a really clean and perfect drive so far, Boas. And so, Semi-K really needs to fix his ideas before looking to even have an overtake in order to get that P1 in this Spa Grand Prix. Or, I mean, if he gets that P1 and then Boas is outside of 3 seconds for P2, then that is 7 points gained for Semi-K, but I think he would much, much rather actually just... Well, I'm not too sure, because that's 7 seconds. I mean 7 points, sorry. He would much rather Boas maybe drop down to P2. Maybe it's a 3-second time penalty for Boas as well, and he's got 3-second gap Boas to Semi-K, so therefore he'll be the only one losing positions to people behind, if that makes sense. So that's...
Quite interesting stuff, Pistol. Joey, Crooken, SK are all in the pit lane, but Sem and Boas have both stayed out, so they're going to be going longer. That could be a mistake, I think.
So, Maldi, you are the man who loves an undercut. Do you think an undercut would be crucial here in Spa?
Well, it's not really an undercut because we're under safety car, but Sem and Boas now are behind safety car, which means they're going to be a whole pit stop I don't know how this is all going to work out. Unfortunately, I think this may have Foxem and Boa's race here because they're on hards at the moment. Joey's on medium.
Well,
Crooken's on mediums. SK's on mediums. Limburger's gone on mediums. They've all gone on mediums.
yep, sorry, hold on, give me a second, let me bring up the tyres. So this is what Maori was talking about here. Joey, Crooken, SK, Matteo Limburger, Maffio, all having that medium tyre on. So we'll see how this affects Bowers and Semi-K on the restart, the safety car. This restart should happen this lap. Maffio, definitely a quick man on track. I mean, he might not have showed that so far due to his many spinnages, but still a very good driver.
Spins. Pistol spinaches is not a word.
Nah, I know, I said that once, right? But then I thought about it. I searched up in a dictionary, and it was actually a word, spinaches.
It's not a word. It's not a word. Spinaches.
It is a word.
No.
No, I heard another commentator say it. They were like, I heard Crofty say it on a real live stream, and I'm like, well, surely it's a word then. Because Crofty don't miss, bro. Crofty's goated. But I'll probably refrain from saying it. It's spinaches.
Well, I don't know why Sem and Boas have not. Is there rain on the way?
Well, the clouds don't look particularly cloudy. Just looking from all angles here from Boas' onboard.
That's the only thing I can think. Pistol, unless they're gonna try and go for softs.
Maybe they.
But even then, I mean.
Maybe they're thinking that actually the mediums won't last at the end. They're just preparing themselves for potentially another safety car to actually go on to those mediums, because the safety car here I think is going to be brought out quite a few times. Despite
I don't think it will. Maybe
people...
in tier 2 and 3, but tier 1 I don't think.
It is.
I don't think. I think it's the only safety car we're going to see.
Yeah, to be honest, you know, lap 9 out of 22 is one of those laps where it's kind of like, do you pit? Do you not pit under a safety car? You got about 12 or so laps to go on these mediums. Yes, 12 laps is like, oh my word, it's 12 laps. It's so easy to actually manage something. But when you take into account the actual track length of Spa, it's going to last a while. Those 12 laps are not going to be, you know, Austrian laps that are just like easy to do. Just cut them right down, lap after lap, and breeze past. No, Spa is a long and grueling track. So the mediums, when you go on it early, I don't feel like it's the right strategic move. I do feel like Boas and Simi-K staying out is the right thing to do, considering and taking into account that those mediums, I don't think will last to the end, due to how long the track is. So we'll see how it pans out, especially with some corners here in Spa. So tricky. You need to get traction just right. You need to brake hard, especially that bus stop chicane. It's going to wear out your tyres. I personally thinking pitting this lap isn't a great strategy. If you pit lap 13 or 14 and then you switch over to the mediums, I feel like that's the better strategy to go for. Maori?
I'm sorry, Pistol. I'm just
Right.
trying to sort out tier 2 tomorrow. Some drivers got some questions. Obviously, we've only got 10 tonight as well, so I don't really want a repeat of.
Yeah, I feel like we all are in the same boat, Melody. Here we go though, it's the restart on the safety car, lap 10 of 22. Some people transitioning over to this mediums. I feel like everybody's transitions to those mediums, except for Boas and Semi-K. Let's see what the restart will bring us here live on Twitch.
Right,
if you want to see more action here in STB, you can follow us here on Twitch, TikTok, and also YouTube. You can all follow us on those socials and get you up to date on all the great racing content that happens here live only once on Twitch. Now Boas going to go through the bus stop chicane. Simi-K behind him, then Adam Hunlow, Joey Full throttle then for Bowers on the restart of the safety car. Lap 11 now of 22, only 11 laps left to go of the Belgian Grand Prix. It looks like no shifts in the order going into turn 1, never mind. Maffio overtaking a ghosting Ali Ferrari and also a ghosting Hagman. Here we go, going into what is undoubtedly the most crucial part of the Spa circuit, the Camel Straight. ERS wide open here for Semike.
Yeah, here we go, Sam's in the slipstream, Pistol, sorry to cut you off.
He's going to look for the overtake now, and I don't think he'll get it. He's just not close enough. Burning out all that ERS, still not helping it. It's actually not helping anybody down the Camel Straight. It looks like Ali Ferrari's AI is actually beating out Maffio for the moment, or maybe he's just ghosting due to bad Wi-Fi. We'll never know. Joey getting very close here to Adam Hunlow. Doesn't particularly seem like the greatest restart the safety car due to drama and action. Ali Ferrari now overtaking Matteo Limburger. So Ali Ferrari with the ghosting car doing quite well. Here we go though.
Yeah, I'm still very confused, Pistol, why Boris, Seminat, Adam have all stayed out on hards. I'm really not sure about that that decision there to stay out on the hard compound tires. I don't know whether where it's either rain's coming, they think the mediums are not going to get to the end, or they're longing out for soft compound tires at the end of the Grand Prix.
Well,
because of safety
we've
car.
got potential action here with Joey getting very close here to Adam Hunlow. And there you go.
Yeah, and he's on the inside. And Sem is going to be in the slipstream as well. Pistol, sorry, of Bobas as well. Looks like he's got better straight line speed, but Joey's going to have the grip on those mediums.
Goes on Adam Hunlow. That was a second and a half. They're side by side going onto the exit here. Going down into the first turn. Are they still going to be side by side? No, they won't be. And in the bus stop chicane, Crooken gets the overtake. Massive lunge for about 3/10 back there for the Haas car. Down the inside he goes on the McLaren. Goes on the outside lane on the exit of the bus stop chicane. And the better exit, better traction due to those mediums, and he gets the overtake done and dusted. Joey up into P3. His next man up ahead is going to be Semike. But can Semike get that overtake on Bowers? And it seems like just a simple no. They're literally on the exact same type of pace in terms of miles per hour. So, I mean, like the ERS not really helping. It's that DRS when that comes into play at the end of this lap. That's when it's going to be like, oh my word, this is a crucial part of the track.
Ali Ferrari, he's driving through people, Pistol. I don't know what's going on here, but he's lagging and he's driving through his competitors. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bit odd. I'm not too sure what the stewards would think about that. I feel like...
On his screen, it's completely fine. On his screen, no one will be... It'll be fine. It'll look fine on the screen.
Yeah, a bit odd. Maybe it's just something from our end, maybe. But
that's why I invited him earlier, because I thought he lagged out. That's why, because, you know, when you lag out, you go. But Joey looks to have the pace on these medians.
Yeah, closing that gap down, that 8 closing and hawking down, chopping down 5/10 easily in one lap in Spa is nothing to scoff at. An absolutely fantastic.
I really don't. Why have they? They're in the pit lane, right? Okay, okay.
Well, they're transitioning.
Why they've done that?
So, do you think it might actually be them actually transitioning onto new intermediates if they think there's rain? No, it's just medium, so doesn't seem like they thought rain was coming. Bowers, Semike just pitting around 3 or 2 laps later than the safety car restarts. Of course, going to have 2 laps fresher tyres. Not too sure if that will actually do a great deal of effect, which would now mean that Joey is leading the Grand Prix with Crooken just behind. Crooken's going to have that DRS going into...
Maffio's getting past Adam Hunlow down the straight.
Yep, there we go. Outside lane for Maffio. Gets the overtake on Adam Hunlow. And Ali Ferrari gets a 3-second time penalty. I mean, Ali Ferrari, I feel like it's just somebody that isn't even a man to highlight in this Grand Prix due to his his ghosting.
Ali Ferrari, he's either lagging, got bad connection, or he's game's glitching at the moment, because he's just glitching through everyone and has got insane pace.
Yeah, so I don't know what stewards are going to feel of that. So on one hand, you've got a really pacey driver that might have just overtaken them anyways, but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, it just kind of defeats the purpose of overtaking, doesn't it? It's just not useful. But here we go. Adam Hunlol is going to look to get past Matthew quite soon. Of course, Matthew not going to have that DRS on the Camel Straight, so it should seem like an easy overtake for Adam. But a man who also hasn't got the DRS going into the Camel Straight is also Joey, and Crooken will be looking and eyeing up the Alpine very shortly. Had a massive send a few moments ago on Adam Hunlol, I believe it was, and Crooken, you could just see braking very late on that corner once more. So Crooken will see how he deals with Joey very soon. And yes, Adam Hunlol in the pit lane, just staying out for 2 more laps or more. Ben Bowers and Semi-K now finally peeling into the pit lane for those mediums. I think Bowers and Semi-K will get the overtake on him. Yes, they will. It's kind of close on the exit though, but here we go. Crooken and Joey for P1 in the Spa Grand Prix. DRS going to be wide open.
He's going to have the DRS.
Of course, but he's not going to get close enough going into the comms. So I think it might just mainly depend for Crooken. Trying to get like a 3/10 gap or so to Joey onto that Camel Straight, and then you can look for the overtake. What's your take so far on this Grand Prix so far, Maldy?
Considering the attendance, it's not actually been that bad. I think it's been strategic. I didn't expect the top 3 of Sembos and Adam to stay out, and it looks like it's definitely gonna spice things up later on in the
Big spin by Crooken. Goes round.
No, you're lying.
That fast left-hander just catches the curb. We were on board with him as he did it. Caught him out, and he's dropping down into P6 now. As soon as we was talking about good racing, poof, there it goes. 3 seconds time penalty.
Sem's picking up penalties left, right, centre.
That's 6 seconds now on the clock for him. The commentary curse strikes again. We had it in France when I was saying, oh, he can bathe in his glory or whatever I said to Semi.
Championship might be over here, Pistol. I think championship might be over for Semi. Unless Bowers just, I don't know, unless, Bowers just completely fucks it. Or something happens, I think this is it for Semi-K now.
We'll have to see. And only for a P2, I mean, like, yet again, he's kind of just like it's quite odd having him in the Grand Prix so far. But nevertheless, Semi-K getting very close here to Bowers. Still could look for the overtake on the Williams. Maybe the Williams could actually DNF. Maybe drama occurs between the two of them, and then Semi-K will get a potential victory. I mean, it's going to be extremely difficult for.
I don't think he will get victory, Pistol. I don't think victory is on the cards, to be honest. Yeah. They're very far back, so.
There goes Ali Ferrari. He's going to get an easy overtake, but switching our attention here to Semi-K and see Bowers here. Here we go.
Yeah, Ali Ferrari's just driving through people. I don't get what's going on.
But there we go. Down the inside, Semi-K goes on. See Bowers going into the com. He gets the easy overtake with that 6 second time penalty. Switches.
Ali Ferrari's just driving through people.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. I feel like Ali Ferrari's race should be kind of done. If I'm honest, I don't feel like he should count first race in my opinion. So. We'll see though.
He's just lagging everywhere. Like he's not. I don't even know if it's lag on his. I don't even know, to be honest.
Quite odd, but nevertheless, so we switch our attention.
Right then, here we go. Sem has now been cleared from Bowers, so he's definitely got the pace on these medians. It's just about now increasing this gap. But as you said, Pistol, it's quite hard to get out of that DRS situation around this track.
Not in. But also that
he is looking quick. He's purple in middle sector now.
The thing is, though,
Bowers is below 10%. It's gonna derate his car here down the straight.
And also Semi-K having much more ERS actually. We'll see what Bowers can do actually to Semi-K. I thought for a second that Bowers would go down the inside going into the bus stop chicane, but that would be absolutely insane. DRS gonna be wide open then for Bowers on Semi-K going into the first turn. Not gonna look for it just yet. Well, really can't, because if he did, he'd probably go straight into the back of the Red Bull. Shortly gonna go onto the Camel Straight using a tiny bit of his ERS. Gonna have to conserve that ERS so much. He's not gonna use it a lot going into the Camel Straight. Is the DRS alone going to get him the overtake? Here we go. DRS wide open. Look how close he is to Semi-K. Surely the overtake is inbound. He pulls alongside with the Rebel. They're still neck and neck.
Oh, Pistol, sorry. Crooken and Limburg were going side by side now through the first sector. Got some good little battles going on here, Pistol. Oh, I quite like this.
well, at the end of the battle between Bowers and Semi-K.
And Joey Spam.
Joey slips down the order, and that can be fatal to his Grand Prix. We had that battle between Bowers and Semi-K, comes to a sufficient end for Semi-K. Around the outside, Bowers was forced to look on Semi-K and just couldn't get the manoeuvre done into Lacombe. He stays behind Semi-K on lap 16 of 22. Only around 6 or so laps left of the Spa.
Well, you say only 6 laps, Pistol, but Spa's a very long circuit, so...
Yeah, so... we'll see. I mean, you've got Ali Ferrari ghosting for this, so technically, I'd probably put it as... Maffio's technically P1 right now, because I don't think Ali Ferrari will actually count in this race due to all this ghosting.
Well, we'll see, we'll see what the stewards think, but, yeah, it's a little bit bizarre. But Limburg is back up the inside of Crocken, and there's been a collision.
Oh, no.
And he's been taken out.
There we go on the exit, though, of the bus stop chicane. Looks like it's going to be a three-way battle. So we've actually got some great action-packed content off of that. And Matteo Limburger, side by side, going into turn one. Ferrari versus the Red Bull. And then there goes Semi-K, absolutely... Oh, wait, no, never mind. I meant to say Bowers. There goes Bowers.
Tell me to get the move done. What you doing? Oh, no.
Bowers, absolutely fantastic switchback. Gets 2 in 1 like a meal deal at Tesco. DRS wide open for the Red Bull, pulls alongside with the Ferrari, gets the overtake on the Ferrari. He's now eyeing up Bowers. Where's he going to look for it? Going down into Lacombe. I think he will. There goes Semi-K down the inside of Bowers, going into Lacombe and gets the overtake done and dusted. No question said.
That was crucial. Bowers. That was absolutely crucial, Pistol. Sem needed to get that done as quickly as he could there. Yeah, Limburger, I don't know what happened with Cook, and that'll probably be a penalty for Limburger, to be honest.
I mean, I'll just switch over to them both, well, not both round, but just to that Haskar ghosting right in front of Limburger.
What penalties have people got? 3 seconds. So, yeah, at the moment, if Ali Ferrari... At the moment... do you know what, Pistol? I'm not going to jinx it for Matt. I'm not going to jinx it. I'm not jinxing it. I'm not saying nothing. I'm saying nothing.
I personally feel like it would be the right call to just call Ali Ferrari out of this race. Would be the smart move. I just feel like
I don't know, because on his screen it'll be completely fine, and then he'll be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, but the thing is,
we will see after the Grand Prix. We'll see.
In my eyes,
what Maffio thinks.
Oh, Maffio pulling into the pit lane. Going to go on to potentially softs till the end. A very bold move.
Well, that's that foot then.
That's a very bold move there for the Williams.
Pistol. He pitted quite early for those mediums, so the mediums won't go to the end.
That's what I was talking about into the safety car. Those mediums. This is why Semi-K and everybody else just stayed out. Speaking of Semi-K,
but now he is going to be very quick on those softs. Very quick on those softs. Very fucking quick, Pistol.
But is it quick enough to get his P3 back? Bubba's getting very close to Semi-K. He's not going to be able to look for it. Crooken's going to get the overtake on Matteo Limburger. Getting a little bit of revenge for the moment they had going into the bus stop chicane. It's potentially just Limburger's tyres going really off here in the Spa Grand Prix. That's what I meant by just staying out a few more laps there for both Semi-K, Bowers and Adam Hunlol. It hasn't quite got the same effect for Adam, but nevertheless, Semi-K, Bowers having much better grip near the end of this Grand Prix, which is really where it counts in a Grand Prix, the end. And Semi-K, with those 6-second time penalty, he'll actually be around P7 come the end of this Grand Prix. No. Yeah. No. 6th. I think it'll be 6th place at the end of this Grand Prix. I'm not too sure. We'll see where he comes at the end of it if he does indeed stay P4.
But you got Maffio chomping down this gap now. Gap is 3.1 seconds now. He's really putting in the lap times. Putting in the pace. I think next lap he'll try and go for the fastest lap of the Grand Prix as well.
And we'll see if he can get a point out of that fastest lap, which you've just covered. But Bowers here is going to go shortly into the Camel Straight. A little bit of touching on the grass there by Semi-K. Of course, Bowers into turn 1 had a fantastic switchback, and I mistakenly called him Semi-K. So I do apologise for that, Bowers. But going into the Camel Straight, through Eau Rouge, we haven't seen many crashes in Eau Rouge so far, but saying that...
Yeah, let's not jinx it.
Yeah, there probably will be a spin or a crash there. Is there going to be a spin or a crash here as Boas pulls alongside to the Red Bull down the inside? Simi K is forced to go here through Lecom, and he's brave on the brakes, and therefore the turnout for him as he defends it well. Bit of contact between Boas and Simi K. Maybe Boas just getting a little bit impatient now as he's just stood stuck behind Simi K. Granted, Boas doesn't necessarily need to actually overtake him. He can just stay behind, get the easy position, job done. Seems like he's really just looking for an overtake when necessarily he shouldn't. But Matteo here is going to get very, very close to Matteo Limburger. Those soft tyres are going to absolutely eat Matteo along. Oh, sorry, Matteo. Oh, all up, sorry. And there we go, ran the outside. Matteo goes, look at the grip he has compared to Matteo.
Look at that.
Overtake.
And Limburger.
Oh wait, no, Limburger actually got touched by Maffeo as he went round the outside. A little bit of connection with the front left tyre and Maffeo's front right. I didn't really cover it because I didn't think it would be enough for Matteo Limburger to go into the wall, but he's gone into a wall, so now I'm forced to cover it, and potentially could be a time penalty for Maffeo come the end of this Grand Prix. But he's going to focus on the now, and right now he's right behind Crook, and maybe send it down the inside here. We've seen Crook do it to Adam Hundlol. But no, he's not going to take the same drastic move like Crooken did. DRS wide open on the exit of the last turn. Maffeo with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far is to be expected with those soft tyres. And the Haskar will most likely get eaten alive. Another man who could also get eaten alive here is Simi K. Doesn't have that DRS going on to the Camel Straight. And Boas could close that gap down. Maffeo almost looking for an overtake into Eau Rouge, actually. Goes for a little bit of a switch back on Rallion. DRS wide open into the Camel Straight. I don't think Boas is going to get close enough, and he doesn't. And Crooken pulls to the right-hand side, and Maffeo is able to get an easy overtake, and he's up into P6 in the Grand Prix so far.
Yep, Maffeo's P6 now. So I think it's all about just getting to the end now. You know, finishing off this Grand Prix pistol. It's been decent at times, particularly, you know, we've seen some decent battles, but it hasn't been what we would have loved to see.
And also for the championship, looks like Boas will be able to pick up some easy points, and well, inevitably could just get one step closer to the title at the end of it.
I think Pistol, I can see Boas potentially winning the championship. I would say maybe America.
Yeah, he's really consistent. Nice. Gets
I want
really,
to see
really
America
nice.
Because Sem can't race at America, so I think
if he wins there, it's pretty much over.
Well, after America, we've got 26 points up for grabs in Mexico, and then we've got 34 for grabs in Brazil. So that's 60 points altogether. And at the moment it's 31, and if Boas can get, you know, say if Boas gets, yeah, so mathematically, Pistol, I think Boas will be crowned champion at USA, unless he completely fucks Monza or fucks this part of the Grand Prix now. I can't really see that happening, to be honest with you. As I said, he's very consistent, so...
DRS open here for Boas, not going to get the overtake going into Lecom. The thing is, I don't know who to highlight coming at the end of the Grand Prix due to Ali Ferrari's ghosting. Ali
Ferrari's just got insane pace around this track. Like, I know he's ghosting right now, but the gap is 6.8 seconds. It's fucking mad. The pace that he's got.
So at the same time, though, you counter in the fact that he's just been ghosting throughout the whole race. I feel like it is the right decision for actually the stewards to just call off Ali Ferrari's Grand Prix and actually award the win to Esk at the end. Nevertheless, when it comes around to that last turn on that bus stop chicane, I will highlight Ali Ferrari. But after this race, I'm not too sure if it will be that way. But Boas here, his tyres have dropped off now, just fully pushing for Semi K to make a mistake, and eventually it's dropped off. He's got only 7 tenths now to the mere 5 tenths, or 3 tenths he had previously before. And potentially with the tyres going off, he could spin, could crash. Don't see it happening, but yeah, again, we didn't see Simike doing the exact same thing in France last week. Maybe the last lap fatality could return the favour over to Boas this time round. As on to the last lap, I will just watch Boas throughout all of it, unless there's a massive crash or something like that. I will just keep an eye on Boas if he does get the overtake on Simike.
Yeah, sorry. So, honestly, I think that Boas and Sem not pitting under that safety car, it basically fucked their race. To put it as bluntly as possible, it completely fucked their race. They should have pitted. So yeah, it completely fucked their race.
Yeah, I would actually agree. I didn't originally think that actually staying out would be better because you get more grip until the end, but now that you counter in the fact that Ali Ferrari's P1 and SK and Joey are both ahead of Semi-K, you could argue the fact that actually staying out for the couple of laps just doesn't necessarily give you any benefit. But here we go then. The man who has practically made no mistakes, even though he was ghosting for the whole time. I will highlight him as he will shortly come round the bus stop chicane. Grant at the end of this race, it might not stay the same. But here we go, round the last two turns of the Belgian Grand Prix. The man on track to take the victory will be Ali Ferrari. The AlphaTauri comes across the line. I will also highlight SK though as he comes across the line as well. He's also in contention for that P1 due to the drama of Ali Ferrari's ghosting. Joey comes across the line. He has no way of winning this Grand Prix tonight. Semi-K, as well. No way of winning. And Boas jumps up into P4 and extends that gap to Semi-K by quite a substantial amount now. And Crooken comes across the line, P7. So on and so forth. I don't know if Ali Ferrari will actually keep his win tonight due to technical difficulties. I feel like SK winning is the right decision. We'll see though come after the Grand Prix what the stewards will say for that, what the verdicts will be, and going into next week we'll highlight you on that. So here we go. Here's the final order, and don't worry, Maldi. Well, actually, I don't really need to scroll down to the end because we only had 11 people, actually. So the AlphaTauri will step on top of the podium, but maybe it will be handed over to SK after the race. We are not too certain. I'm personally swaying to the side of the Alfa Romeo. I feel like he deserves the victory. But nevertheless, Ali Ferrari will take that top spot. And he takes the in-game victory. Outside of it, who knows? Sorry, my microphone might have been bugging out right there. So there we go.
Oh,
The
pistol. P1 provisionally is Ali Ferrari. Second SK. If he wants to come in for an interview, he can. It's up to him, really.
I'll invite them all. See if they want to do that interview.
Fourth Boas, fifth Mafio, sixth Semi-K. I mean, yeah. Seventh Crooken, eighth Adam Hunnell, ninth Hagman, 10th Limburger, 11th is Huseman. Yeah, quite a small lobby tonight, but we still had some good action, and I'm sure it'll be a lot better at Monza.
Mafia, by the way, taking home that fastest lap time. Not very crucial, but does gain the nice extra point at the end of it. We have both Ali Ferrari and SK inside of the party right now, so if you two would mind turning on your audio, I would like to interview both of you, ask you some questions about the Grand Prix tonight, and
I'll
your
do it, but
viewpoints of it. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do it then.
Right, see if Joey comes in a bit. SK, just very brief. Very small lobby tonight. It was a pretty straightforward Grand Prix. You got P2. There might be a chance you might get P1. It's very controversial. Ali Ferrari will definitely be pissed off, but we will see. We'll see. But at the moment, you're P2. Pretty straightforward race. How did you feel the race went for you?
Well, the race went quite chill for me. Yeah, as you said, it was pretty straightforward. not a lot of incidents. Yeah,
Thank God.
I don't
um,
know. Obviously, it's nice to get my first podium, but I know the circumstances like aren't like it's more of a gifted podium, I guess. Especially because the some people didn't pit during the safety car for some reason, which made no sense whatsoever.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. But yes, SK, well done on your P2 provisionally. Yeah, pretty straightforward.
Yeah, yeah.
Joey, P3, you did a lot of practice today. As I say, I'm going to say again, smaller lobby, but we had some good battles. You had some good battles as well. Take us briefly through your race. It seemed like you had some decent pace.
Keep up with him. Back out of that. Then after the safety car, I made a quick decision to pit. Well, in the end, it was a good decision, but then as the Ferrari went through me, it was just a tiny bit of mistake when they thought a bit too early spun around. Yeah, just lost a bit. Still happy with the podium, but victory was clear in mind.
Yeah. Well, yeah. As I said, straightforward race. Just yeah. Um, Little spin, but yeah, nothing really more to say there. Addy Fry, have you got a mic to do a quick interview?
Yes, I do.
Oh, hello, lovely stuff. Okay, so obviously you was a little bit glitched in the lobby tonight, but you are the winner provisionally of the Grand Prix. You had some very good pace. You validated your quali lap. Just briefly take us through the race and how you felt.
Yeah, Spa is literally probably my second, if not third best track in the game, and I was setting 42.3s consistently in my qualifyings a few days ago because I also had a league race there. So yeah, obviously I did get a drive-through penalty at the start, but yeah, I had no control over the ghosting or anything. Like I even rejoined and you saw that, but it was still there.
Can I just ask
Yeah.
something else to Ali Ferrari?
Mm.
So Ali Ferrari, I would like to get your viewpoints on the ghosting, and whilst you did have evidently great pace around the track, do you feel like it would be unfair if you did get the victory, considering of that glitch, or do you just think the game's the game? I think it's fair if I take the victory. What's your viewpoints on that?
Well, it would be unfair if I lose it because obviously I had a massive gap to P2, which like clearly shows I would have won because there wasn't really that many drivers either. And on the safety car restart, I was ninth. Well, it should have been eighth if Mafia didn't overtake me under the safety car, but I guess it was because I was ghosted. So obviously he may have thought that I left. But yeah, I think I could have still won the race to be honest. But yeah,
Okay.
it would be unfair if I did get penalized because there was nothing I could do. But at the same time, I can understand your point because I did have a quite a big advantage over everyone else with the ghosting. It made overtaking pretty much effortless.
Well, we'll see. We'll see, Ali. I'll talk art when the stream's done. But yes, Pistol, thank you for having the combox. Pretty straightforward race tonight. Box's chances of getting the podium. But do you know what? P5 for Matt as well. You're kind of players. P4 potentially. Just like Mafia. Absolutely. Talking of Mafia, you can join me and him tomorrow for the next race of the season. Here too. Yeah. Lovely stuff. And then on Wednesday, you can join me. You can join Mafio and Pistol, where the Tier 3 Championship leader and the still combined Championship leader, STB Maddie, will be back on the track in Spa-Francorchamps for the race. That's going to be lovely. Next week, hopefully the attendance will be a lot better. We'll hopefully have a great turnout as we celebrate 9 years of the STB Racing League. Next week at Monza. So that's going to be a very special event for everyone involved. is on the tier 1 is actually 9 years to the day of the first ever STB race at Bahrain, so it's going to be really a really good moment there. But yes, do join us for Belgium this week, and if not, you can join us next week for the Italian Grand Prix round 13 as the season comes to a close. We'll see you then.